Thanks for listening to the AZ12 podcast, proudly presented by Little Caesars. 15% off any online order code LC and then code LCFREECC, free crazy combo with a pizza purchase. All right, with Jason Shear, Koby L. Thiel, and John Brogan. I am merely Mike Luke. Man, I was going to say, we're bringing in all the heavy hitters here. We got our Gen Z outreach. We got our Boomer outreach. We've got Shear, who just woke up, and we've merely got Mike Luke. So we got everything in here. Boom. Okay. Now, guys, the selection committee, the time is here. And let's see here. Scott, don't start, dude. All right, so let's talk about it a little bit here. The big thing that we are going to find out is how much the conference, these conference tournaments matter. Now, Shear is on record as saying that they don't matter at all. And he has said before, he said that if Illinois is a 3 seed, that he was wrong, that he believed they were a 2 seed before. He said this on the show multiple times. That they were a 2 seed before the tournament.
Oh yeah, I'll go back on that. I don't think they're a 2 seed at all anymore.
Okay, so it does. So it does matter. It does matter then.
Yeah, sure, whatever. I don't think it matters very much. How about this? If Purdue's a 2 seed today, it matters.
Okay, yeah, red line. Okay, so all right. Anyways, let's talk about it a little bit. The first thing that we're going to talk about though is Arizona. I'm looking at all these teams. I want a how do I put this? I want a cold soup team as that 2 seed. Anybody from the Big Ten, bring them on. Don't really care if it's Purdue, if it's Michigan State. I'll take any of those. That's who I want as the 2 seed, fellas. Tell me that I'm not wrong.
You're never wrong, Mike.
Okay, well, go ahead.
No, I would be very. It's got to be a cold soup team because Houston is a 2, and Arizona is not getting Houston, and UConn is not being sent out west. So
right. No.
it's got to be a cold soup team. It's going to be Michigan State or Purdue is my guess, because Iowa State is the other 2. So it has to be a Big Ten team.
Yeah, Houston's going to go to the South. They've kind of already hinted around that. They said something yesterday when they were talking to one of the higher ups that made it seem like if Houston had beat Arizona, given that Florida and UConn had lost, they could have snuck in as a 1. But Iowa State's most likely going to get sent to the Midwest, which only leaves Purdue, Michigan State, whoever they decide the 2 is today, to come out west for Arizona.
Right. Koby L?
I'm actually looking at Shear and I's favorite bracketologist, 131, and they have the 2s. They just put their final out a couple minutes ago, but they have the 2s as Houston, UConn, Iowa State, and Michigan State. So they still have Purdue in the 3. So I'd be okay with Michigan State or Purdue just because I feel like they don't match up well with Arizona from an athleticism standpoint. But I'm okay with either of those 2. Even we'll just have to see. But those 2 are my preferences.
Something major, guys. Keep talking. I forgot something major. I apologize.
The shirt.
I apologize. Keep talking.
You know what's funny is in a weird way, I would almost prefer. I'll take any Big Ten team as our number 2. Illinois is the one I really don't want to see just because they can make 23s in a game. But I would rather have Houston than UConn or Iowa State for sure. Like Houston is a really, really good team, and they're going to win a lot of games in the tournament. But they're not Arizona. Arizona matches up too well for them. But either way, we're going to get Michigan State or Purdue, and that feels like a really, really good number 2. If one of those 2 teams is number 2, I don't think one of them makes it to play Arizona.
I'd agree with the Houston standpoint just because I feel like, especially yesterday, a lot of what they wanted to do ended up working. And the same thing happened in the first matchup. I mean, the first matchup, both Tobey and Krivas foul out. Yesterday, Koa and Tobey both fouled out. I feel like a lot went well for Houston in terms of what they wanted to do, but they still didn't win. So I would agree that we match up well with Houston. So I agree with that perspective.
I got a huge news. Arizona just moved up to number 2 in KenPom. So metric-wise, Arizona should absolutely be the number 2 overall seed now. I don't think it matters, though. We were discussing this before the show. There's no way the committee has 2 separate brackets for Michigan losing or Michigan winning.
Well, and I don't think they're going to reroute 2 seeds. Like,
right.
They're still going to want UConn out east. They're still going to want Houston in the South, Iowa State in the Midwest. From a travel standpoint and all of the fans and all that stuff, like I don't think Arizona moving to the 2 or the 3 overall, even the 1 overall, I don't think it matters. But when they will know, because when they roll out their 1 overalls, they'll tell you who's who. When they roll out their 2 overalls, you'll see that it's not going to be this 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 7, 6, 5. Like it'll be mixed and matched in those top 8 seeds.
All right.
Howard
Landon, but
College-
Houston has such an advantage just because if they do get to be in the South, they should be. The second weekend would be in Houston, so that would be a huge advantage for Houston.
Oh, I'd be pissed if I was Florida because I think Houston. Like I'm looking at Bauer College because I think that guy's really good too, and he has Michigan State as Arizona's 2, but like Houston has the 2 in Oklahoma City against a team they're going to ship out. Houston's going to walk in the first 2 rounds, and then you're in Houston for the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8.
I'm going to say this, and I heard a guy saying this on Twitter. I can't remember who it is, but I'm going to take the point and not credit them because
you want to shout this out real quick too.
Yeah, Monsoon Automotive. Monsoon, you're not even wearing your Monsoon Automotive shirt.
No, I'm not. I didn't. I've been redlining too much.
Yeah, clearly you just.
I'll wear it tomorrow.
Okay, all right. Now, so I'm going to say this though, and this I thought was the best way of putting it, guys. The best way of putting it is this: Arizona has the best wins in the country. Nobody disputes that, and the fewest losses. I don't care how many quad 3 or 4 teams, whatever the case may be. That's all crap. The Arizona has the best wins in the country and the fewest losses. That to me should be the answer. Not all these people are like, oh, well, I saw it on Torvatology that this is the way it is or whatever it is. Sometimes people outthink themselves. Just look at that and tell me how that is not the way that we should be going on this.
Metrics. I know. It's real simple. I figured this out. The crappy teams that Arizona beat were more crappy.
But that's all crap. That's the stupid.
I get it, Mike. I get it, but that's how this works. Like you want to upload.
But so let's use another example that's more clear cut than trying to split hairs between Michigan, Duke, and Arizona. If you look at Florida and Arkansas on paper, Arkansas just won the conference tournament, beat Vandy, who beat Florida by 1 million. Florida has 1 less loss than Arkansas. Arkansas also has better non-conference wins than Florida does. Florida had better conference wins. So on paper, they look kind of similar, but yet one's a 4 or 5 seed, one's going to be a 1 seed. When you dig deeper into the metrics, Arkansas 7-8 in quad 1 wins, Florida's 12-6. Florida played a much tougher schedule when you consider the 30 games they played. So that's why you have to consider the metrics, because that's what allows you to not just on the surface think Arkansas and Florida are similar. If you look at their top 10 games they played, they're real similar. It's the bottom 20 where it starts to shake out. So that's why you have to think about the entire resume, which again, you get to Houston or Duke, Arizona, and Michigan, and it gets pretty.
That's fair enough. But why even have a committee then? If we're just going by what a computer tells you, why even have a committee?
Because it's not just what the computer tells you, but you want it to be, Mike, you want a committee to watch every single college basketball game of the season and then come up with it.
I want them to be this. I want to, if Arizona has the best wins in the country, it's not even close. You have wins against 6 wins against KenPom top 6 teams or whatever it is. And you have 2 losses. I don't care if you played more quad 4 teams than that. It basically what it does is it takes all of the eye test out and basically just says,
okay, no, because Duke has as many quad 1 wins as Arizona.
All right, if you want to put Duke ahead of Arizona, cool. But I can't have Michigan. There is no reason to put Michigan.
Well, now there's no reason to put Michigan. After this loss, there's no reason to put Michigan. I don't think anyone disagrees with you.
But you can't ignore the 20 other games these teams all played.
I get it. No, I get it. I totally get that. But what I'm saying though is I'm going to value the big wins over if you played more quad 3 teams or whatnot. That's all I'm saying. I mean, you beat Houston twice, you beat Kansas, you beat Florida, you beat UConn, you beat Iowa State twice. I mean, that is awesome. Michigan State or Michigan doesn't have those kind of wins. They just don't.
I think this conversation is kind of leading into something I was looking into the other day. I think we need to redo how the whole net and quad system work as a whole, because I find the way that they delineate quad 1, quad 2, quad 3, those types of games gets rather counterintuitive because, I mean, for example, Colorado is 1 slot away from that being a quad 1 game. That being a quad 1 game, but like Houston on a neutral site also is a quad 1 game just doesn't make that much sense to me. So I think that we need to redo how the whole quad system works personally.
I would agree with that. Yes. All right. Now
they shouldn't count the same.
All right, we have got a huge deal right here, and Cody, we're gonna bump them just for a minute here, you guys, you 2 kids, because we've got a big read here. Are you ready, guys?
Yeah. Good.
That's good. All right. Alchemy, the official sponsor of Arizona Athletics, is here with AZ12. We are incredibly proud to be able to be partnering with them. Here's the cool thing about Alchemy. A lot of times when you get people and, everybody's talking about the court, a lot of times when you get people and they're like, it's some stodgy people that are hanging out in the Eiffel Tower in France, or they're eating their croissants and going, ho, 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 all the time. The great thing about Alchemy and why this is so cool is that Alchemy, these guys are U of A fans, big time U of A fans. They're on Shear's message boards. They watch the show and they are heavily invested in Arizona. This isn't just something where you're just putting a name on there and you're saying, see you later. These guys are lifelong fans. They are U of A. Like I said, they're U of A alum. They know all the players as well. And they are incredibly, they're incredibly knowledgeable. They're passionate. They are a great, great addition to the U of A fan base. And honestly, they did a really, really good job, with DRF as well. Sheer, we are in the 21st century now. Alchemy is just a huge, huge addition to the U of A family. And it's awesome that you've got guys that are fans and they're going to be coming on Tuesday as well to introduce themselves. But man, yeah, this is awesome.
I think it's important. These aren't just like corporate dudes that are doing this, to make money and stuff like that. And like, these are guys, like, they're Arizona fans. Like, I got to meet them at the press conference. They're like, we're members of Wildcat Authority and we listen to the AZ12 all the time. And I was like, oh, okay. And like, these dudes are Arizona fans. Like, you talk to them, they went to Arizona, they live Arizona. It's awesome. They're great dudes. This isn't just a BS sponsor for us, for McHale, for whatever. This is an Arizona sponsor. I think that's important for people to know.
All right, back the Alchemy. Yeah, we're going to figure out a way to do it. But again, business insurance, personal insurance, benefits, life, wealth management. We're going to be talking a lot more. But man, this is absolutely fantastic, though. Very privileged to be partnering with them. They're a big deal, and they're only getting bigger. All right, Cody, clip that for me. I'm going to send it off. All right, let's bring the kids back in here, or not the kids.
We're about to go on here in a minute or so, and we'll get right to all the 1 seeds. So we'll know right away if Arizona's going to go second or third.
All right. Yes. All right. So also, what I'm going to say, though, about Arizona, though, that in a weird way, and we talked about it before, in a weird way, that Houston game, I think, was almost kind of the highlight. The Houston and Iowa State, they were drastically different. But against Houston, you didn't have much to play for. Jaden Bradley goes out of the game, and Arizona, they go on a 14-0 run, and you're kind of like, all right, well, you know what? You gave it the effort. It is what it is. They came back and they ended up smacking Houston down the stretch as well. They did the same thing with Iowa State. It was a little bit of a role reversal. But man, this team is just tough. When the going gets tough, they get toughened. And they just did that. Toughen like a muffin. But it was awesome stuff though. Sure.
For sure. We are live. This is it. Yeah, I mean, look, it's funny. I like Selection Sunday. Like, I'm nervous right now. I get nervous every Selection Sunday. There's Arizona's a 1 seed. There's nothing to be nervous about. We've known exactly where they've been playing for a month. And then I'm sitting here like a kid, like excited, watching my Jewish brother, Bruce Pearl.
Oh, by the way, Bruce Pearl's a putz.
I'm just kidding.
How much of a
He's absolutely embarrassed. They are not in. There's no way Auburn.
If they get in, it's a travesty. I don't care who you played. You have to actually beat some of those teams. I don't care if you played a hard schedule.
Chance. All right, number 1 overall seed is Duke. I get it.
Fine.
I would definitely a home run 1, 2, 3, 4 for Arizona though. That's where a little of the nerve.
They're not. Brogan, they're not. I don't think they're doing the ones. Are they doing? Did they change the format?
I think they're gonna do the one and then do that whole. Then they'll do the East. The next they'll go to whoever.
Oh, usually they announce the ones. So
right.
Duke versus Siena. So Siena's out as Arizona 16.
Cienega.
Yeah, Siena, Mike, not an HBCU. Not an HBCU.
Is it an HBCU?
Ohio State is. These are important. Ohio State is the 8, so Arizona will not be playing Ohio State.
They're actually pretty decent.
I like Ohio State.
Ohio State's got a lot of good offense. They don't play defense.
I like Bruce Thornton's good. I'm perfectly. And then TCU is the 9.
Oh, J-Dick.
That's a good game. That's a legitimately good game.
Yeah.
Next up is us, Mike. San Diego. So this is we're good. St. John's is in San Diego. In the East.
Rick,
I need to try to go.
Mike's
I need to try to go now.
too.
For my Italian brother, I need to try to go.
This is going to be my look when I see Rick Pitino.
That's a spicy meatball.
Oh my gosh, Rick Pitino.
St.
Yeah,
John's as a 5 in the East. So Arizona avoids St. John's.
which I'm okay with. I didn't really want to
Versus
play.
Northern Iowa. That is a sneaky good game. Northern Iowa is good.
Yeah.
How wide are
That
they?
is, they're good. They could beat St. John's.
That's not what I
Seriously.
asked.
They're Northern Iowa. So
Brogan,
you already
how
know the
wide
answer.
Oh, you said how white are they?
Yes.
Like they're the Northern Iowa purple something.
No, they're
Golden
the
purple.
they're the golden purple elephants.
All right, 4
Yeah.
seed. This is important. Kansas is the 4 seed in San Diego.
Mhm.
Which
So
that was
Kansas versus
expected.
St.
That was
John's is
expected.
favorites. 13 seed is
Cal
Cal
Baptist.
Baptist. So Kansas, St. John's, and San Diego. Bill Self versus Rick
Oh, they're just
Pitino.
doing the whole region. They just moved down to the bottom half. They're going to go
Bill
region by
Self
region.
versus Rick Pitino. Mike, are you?
Uh,
Louisville is the 6 in Buffalo. Mike, we could see it. You might want to cover that up.
What?
I think Rick Pitino got you a little excited. You might want to cover it up.
No, I know. Hey, no, don't worry about that poll. That's don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Louisville
microphone
versus
is
South
rising.
Florida. The 3
Michigan
seed.
State's
Michigan
the 3.
State is a 3 in the East.
So
Oh,
Arizona's
they're
getting
out.
Purdue.
Arizona's
Arizona-
getting Purdue.
And we're
I'm
getting
fine
to
with
that.
that. I'm fine, and I'm more. It's funny, Brogan. We'll talk about it when it actually happens. But I'm totally fine with Purdue. Hey, Sheer. By the way, since Michigan State's at 3, obviously the conference tournament mattered. Correct?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, thanks. Just wanted to make sure on that one. Yeah.
Just-
You put
Definitive,
that
yeah.
thing away? My God.
What's that?
Are you looking, dude? I can see the reflection in your glasses. Are you making a reservation for an Italian restaurant in San Diego already?
Yeah, no, I already have. Yeah.
The 7 seed is UCLA, so we have avoided that.
All right. Yeah. Get out of here, Mick. But it-
UCLA and Philly will face
Central
Okay.
Florida.
Central Florida. That's a good game.
That is a good game. Go
This is
Central.
this is a pretty tough bracket.
That
Can we
so
get
the
Mike
2
to wear
here,
a white
technically
suit?
speaking, should be UConn, right, Brogan?
What's that? The
This
2,
should be
yeah.
UConn.
Yeah. In the East for sure.
That's
So
what
they
we
should
need.
be-
Mike needs to bring an all
Unless
white
it's-
suit
unless
to San
it's-
Diego.
Florida
gotta
with
be
something
UConn.
with something funky, but yeah, UConn.
Hey, and by the way, when this is all announced, we're gonna have Cody put up the brackets, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's UConn. It's
Yeah.
UConn.
All right, UConn.
Why
I like.
they're saying UConn highlights. I don't know. UConn versus the 15 seed. Your favorite team, Mike. You were talking about them last night. The I don't know. They're waiting. The anticipation's killing me.
No, it is.
Furman.
Furman, you love Mark Furman. You're
Furman.
a big Mark Furman fan.
Furman. Yeah. Mark
Yeah,
Furman.
yeah. Furman. Furman.
Yeah.
That's a-
UConn
that's a-
versus UCLA in the second round.
That's a sneaky tough bracket.
That
That's
is.
a good
They
bracket.
put Duke in.
That is.
That's a good bracket.
Furman got an easy draw. Kobe L makes some funny jokes at times. Yes, that is awesome. All right, so that bracket, obviously. All right, now, hey, who's the 3s? Oh, Michigan State's the 3 seed. They don't do anything for me.
Dude,
Um,
I just realized. I'm sorry to interrupt you. They just sent Mick Cronin to Philly.
That's
Say you don't like travel? You're going to Philly, MFer.
and Mick,
Yeah.
and Mick Cronin, stay there when you're gone.
We just sent them all the way across the country,
Yeah, no, it's
and all
great.
the dude does is complain about travel.
Traveling. Yeah. I'd send him to Saturn if I could.
That is a sneaky. You're right. St. John's, Kansas. You never know.
UCLA.
Ohio State and
Ohio
TCU,
State is a good 8. That's
Yeah.
a good 8
Michigan
seed.
State, UCLA, UConn. The East is sneaky good.
St. John's is going to beat Kansas.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I think Kansas is going to look. I think Kansas is looking to tap out. Our St. John's. Good job there, Jesse. Ours.
Oh, I'm so excited. Patino,
This
Bill
is
Self,
amazing. We have
Tommy
got
Lloyd. That's like a dream coaches bracket.
I'm telling you, you need to wear a white suit for that game, Mike.
no. I will. No, I'm going to wear a monsoon.
Like
on.
a spaghetti stain on it.
Yeah. Spaghetti
Oh,
straps.
this is nice. Look at Cody.
Yeah. All right. Look at Cody. All right. So we got Duke versus Cienega. I like Duke to beat Cienega, obviously. You got Ohio State and TCU. Good. St. John's, Northern Iowa, Kansas, Cal Baptist. Is that Tyrone Armstrong guy still on the team?
No, dude, that guy's been in Australia for like 2 years.
Oh, okay. All right. I knew that. Louisville, South Florida. Louisville sucks. Don't care what anybody says. Let's see. Michigan State and North Dakota State. Hey, can North Dakota State win this game?
Let me look, but we should do reads during the commercial.
Yeah. Let's do reads. UCLA. Yeah. Let's do some
We
reads.
haven't gone to commercial yet, but we should do reads. North Dakota State is 27-7, 113 on KenPom. They lost to no, not really.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
All right. Let's get some reads in here. We're
They're in the West region when they come back.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get them. Let's get these
That
reads
means
in.
Arizona's a 2 overall.
Yep. Boom. Boom. So it matters. All right. Casino del Sol. We cannot. Whoa. Wow. What the heck? Casino del Sol. We cannot thank you again for everybody that shows up. Dennis Walsh showed up there, and basically the lovely lady became, the Ted Wardo shirt. It did its work. I'll tell you that one. Yes. And again, it is a lot of fun. We had well over 100 people there. We were making fun of Scott, who was just complaining the entire time, but never gives us anything. We were saying, hey, it's weird that Scott complains. It doesn't come hang out with us at Casino del Sol. Check it out, though. It's a lot of fun. We'll be having some more. It's going to be fun, though. People, check it out. Boom. The broken wall is back. Back the broken wall. Gosh. All right. I'm going to endorse Arizona as the number 2 overall seed in the West, or the number 1 seed, number 2 overall. I'll easily do that. I won't endorse Andre Veras. Now, Cody, Sheer, you're not going to do it either. Koby and Brogan, you won't do it either.
Absolutely not.
No, not on this show.
Absolutely not. Not on this platform. Not on any platform for that matter.
Brogan, you won't do it either, right?
No.
Yeah. All right.
I don't even know what the word endorse means. So.
We run a tight ship around here, but we can highly recommend. Not sure whether you should be contributing to a Roth IRA or traditional IRA or a 401k. Check it out. Call Andre at 520-325-3456 and ask for the Mississippi Gladiator. He is the man. He can help you out. Everybody like this show, by the way. Make us look good. Boom. Okay. Yeah. All right. One more. Kai. The Dennis Walsh special, baby. Use code AZ12 for 15% off. Yeah, we got 321 people in here. We want 200 likes now. Just do it. Yes. Okay, now.
Shelby just texted me an interesting point. With Michigan State as a 3, why are we sure that Purdue would get the 2 over Nebraska?
I think because Purdue gets a Michigan win to...
Yeah,
like if Michigan moved to 3, they've got to be moving Purdue up.
I'm just trying to put the vibes out there. Nebraska's, Arizona's 2.
Can you imagine if Nebraska was
you would have a hole in your roof.
Well, we would care more about who the 3 is, if I'm being honest.
This push-up polo is doing what it's...
My God.
Yeah.
You're not going to call it a push-down polo. You know what I'm saying?
I think here's the first important thing of the bracket is Duke's the number 1 overall seed, but we know UConn's not the worst number 2 seed. So they are simply slotting 1s and 2s by region and not matching up 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7, 4 versus 5, etc. So that pretty much guarantees Arizona's getting Purdue.
I gotta say, I'm looking at this again, Brogan. That East is nasty.
By the way, Hal J, is Purdue still fake good? Yes.
All right, we're back.
It's coming back now.
I got you.
Yeah,
you look pretty.
Front pipe time, baby.
Bruce Pearl was looking a little
number
nervous.
1 seed, 2nd overall. Your Nebraska. No, sorry, Arizona.
Oh,
you got it credit.
All right, I win, Sheer. I win. Conference tournaments clearly matter. I win.
Look at that. Look at that turnout.
Is Bruce there? Did they show Bruce?
Bruce is naked in front.
We're getting
Arizona's first opponent is
play-ins, right?
Your favorite team, Mike. The anticipation is killing me.
This is big. This is big, everybody. Back the
LIU.
Long Island.
Long Island University. What do we know?
Here we go. 8-9. The Long Island's actually pretty good.
4,000-mile trip to play, though.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Villanova as of the
That's
8.
fine. That's great.
That's great.
Duke Brennan, baby. Give it to
great.
me. Give it to
we
me.
need this to be like St. Mary's.
Utah State.
Perfect.
All right, yeah. 2 white teams, take it. We'll bring it. Yes, we'll take it.
Villanova's not white at all, but I like that.
Duke Brennan is white.
I was going to say, I didn't think Utah State was very white either, but
Duke Brennan is white.
That's good.
We got to miss Arkansas here. We got to miss Arkansas. Miss Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Wisconsin. Perfect 5.
Fine with that. Totally
I'm
fine.
cool with that. We need this 12 to be good.
Yeah, who is that?
We need it to be like
Akron. High Point. No, that's not good enough.
High Point could beat Wisconsin.
A Conrad Martinez team has never not made the Sweet 16. It's happening.
There's going to be that final score is going to be 99 to 98.
We're going to see Conrad in Sweet 16. It's happening.
All right, avoid Arkansas right here.
Yeah.
Well, who do we want our 4 to be? Like Nebraska.
Any Big Ten team.
Alabama, right?
That's fine.
Yeah.
Is it Alabama?
Arkansas.
Okay. All right. Hey.
Okay. They don't play defense.
Yeah.
They give us 100 points a game.
I actually think Arkansas. Well, let's see who they're playing. I'll tell you if they can win. All right.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. No, Arkansas is going to kill Hawaii. Hawaii sucks.
Who would they play in the second round then? Arkansas.
Wisconsin could beat Arkansas because Arkansas doesn't defend. Wisconsin could beat Arkansas, Mike.
BYU's the 6.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, they got to play on Thursday.
Yeah, I was gonna,
Should have been the 4, but
Yeah,
clearly they got moved.
I'll take it from there. Yes.
Right, take it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, you can't let him play on. I mean, AJ DeBanso with those strong LDS beliefs is not going to want to play on Sunday. I get that.
And BYU gets Texas NC State winner.
Oh, we're in.
Yeah.
We're
Sean's in, baby. Good for Sean. Yes.
I was talking to Reynolds last night about this. He thought that they would be in if there were no upsets.
You know, I don't love having to play Arkansas just because they have the best player on the court, but at the end of the day, they don't defend. And Brogan, I'm going to say this, and
Gonzaga's the 3.
Gonzaga's the 3.
That's fine.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah, we knew that. We knew Gonzaga was the 3 because of the West.
Right. I got no problem.
Kennesaw State. I tell you one thing. I think Gonzaga. That's not an easy draw for Gonzaga. It's not. BYU, Texas, and NC State. Those 3 teams. Well, I'm not.
2 is Purdue?
No, it's not. We haven't made it there yet.
Miami.
We just saw Miami is the 7.
Miami and Missouri 7-10.
Missouri is the worst game of the first round because both teams are so overrated. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fake.
So this would be Purdue. That's a done deal.
All right, I'm fine. You know what?
I don't know who else it could possibly be, and it's in St. Louis, so it's Purdue.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Well,
and then the 15, Mike, is your. Oh, Mike, you were telling me about this team last night.
What?
I don't know. They didn't announce it yet. Hold on.
Oh yeah. Well, I told you about every team.
By the way, look at Bianca behind me. Sex object. Look at her.
Yeah, no, that's American.
15 is your Queen's University.
I have a beef with Queens. I thought they would be from New York, but they're actually from Charlotte. Maybe
I know,
not.
it's confusing as heck.
Missouri. I was just like, they probably have some dogs from the Bronx. And I was
Dude,
like,
I called my mom and I was like, Mom, Queens, because she's from Queens. I was like, Queens is in the tournament. And she's like, they don't even have a college. And I looked it up and she was right.
Yeah.
Do we not have a problem with Missouri playing basically at home as a 10 seed?
They're 10 seed. Who cares? They're not. I legitimately think, and you know I'm not like this, that is just about the best 8-9. Villanova doesn't rebound. They shoot threes, but they don't rebound. And they're small.
Duke Brennan averages like 30. Doesn't he lead the nation in
rebounds?
rebounds?
The reason he rebounds, Mike, is because no one on the team rebounds. It's one of those things.
He's averaging like 13 a game. Rebounds.
I know, because no one else on the team rebounds. Oh my God, I'm going to have to listen to Duke Brennan for effing 9 days with you.
Yeah, dude, this is so good. I discovered Duke Brennan. Okay.
You think Brett Brennan goes and roots for Duke Brennan?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now, I'm going to say, all right. So we got did Purdue is walking through the region, clearly. Yes. All right. So Cody,
I will say Purdue's walking through their first weekend for sure.
All right. Yeah. Well, we thought that when they lost to a 16 seed. Okay. Now, Arizona, LIU. What are they? The Golden Iced Teas? What are they again?
You want me to give you the lowdown on LIU?
Yeah. Look it up.
I have to use KenPom. Is that okay? They're 216th on KenPom.
Okay.
To put that into perspective, the nearest power conference team to them would be. Oh God. I'm still looking. That tells you all you need to know.
Interesting. They're Golden Sharks. They're the Golden Sharks.
Here, who's the worst team in the Big 12?
ASU. Utah, probably. Yeah.
They're 100 spots lower than Utah.
Okay, that's yeah.
Okay. They have the 239th best offense in the country.
Got.
Holy crap. Everyone makes fun of Arizona for not shooting threes. They have as low as a 3-point shooting as Arizona. They don't shoot threes. 355th. So just to clarify, Mike, they don't shoot threes at all.
Okay.
At all. Their average height, they're decent. They don't defensive rebound. They're 289th in the country in defensive rebound. They are 320th in the nation in turnovers.
Yeah, I got a question here. And
who's their coach?
My boy. I told Mike to prepare for this.
Who?
It's Rod Strickland, baby.
Yeah.
Hot Rod
major
Strickland.
Opponents.
They start four guys that are 6'4" to 6'5". Yeah.
They played Illinois. They lost 98-58. They played Mississippi State. They lost by 4. They played Georgia. They lost by 15. Since Georgia, they have 3 losses to Lemoyne, New Haven, and Mercyhurst.
Yeah, I don't worry about that. Mercyhurst, our guy, the tight end, is from there.
Their point guard is a guy that Arizona's actually seen before.
Who?
Wasn't Malachi Davis on Dayton?
Yeah, it was,
Oh,
wasn't he?
This is the team that has a guy whose name is Jomo.
Yeah, Jomo Shlomo. Yes, that's true. All right.
Malachi Davis was on Dayton. I'm pretty sure,
That's
right?
not that's not the guy from Dayton. He played at ASU 3 years ago.
That's who it is. It's the JUCO kid on ASU that played like 1 minute.
Malachi Davis.
All right. Hey, I got a question here. I actually think that the bottom part of this bracket, I think Purdue, I like Purdue's draw more than I like Arizona's draw. Arkansas, I don't love having to play Arkansas. Arizona should win, but I don't love having to play Arkansas. That's the only thing. But either way,
They don't play defense.
So, I know, but they're very dangerous though. They got the best player in the game. They also have a lot of
Arkansas is dangerous. Hot take. You ready?
What?
Arizona won't face Arkansas.
They're gonna. Oh, really?
I think Wisconsin beats Arkansas.
All right. Well,
Arkansas doesn't defend, and I think Wisconsin will hit 43s by him. I really do.
All right. Well, I think High Point's going to beat Wisconsin. So how about that? All right. So either way, let's
baby.
Go ahead. What are you going to say, Kobe L?
That's Conrad Martinez. That'd be awesome.
All right. I'm going to say this though. This bracket. After all of this, Arizona should come out of this bracket.
I mean, Arizona should come out. By the way, Tucson Clip just said exactly what you said. The 2 seed has the easier draw.
Yeah, they do. Like you play Queens and you play Miami, Florida, and then you either get Gonzaga or BYU. I would take Arkansas over Gonzaga. I mean, Gonzaga doesn't do much for me, but we'll see. Either way, Arizona should come out of this region. I'm just going to say that Arizona should come out of this region. What say you guys?
I mean, Arizona should come out of any region, shouldn't they? Like no matter who they face.
Yeah, that's a good point. Brogan, what are your thoughts?
I don't think Purdue gets past Gonzaga, honestly, just because Gonzaga's guards are good. Ike can match whatever they want to do up front. I think Gonzaga is going to come out of the bottom half of the bracket. BYU, obviously, they've got DeBan, so they could win one game, but I like Gonzaga there. Arkansas, again, they score 100 points, but if you don't defend, like they're not going to go make 33s in a game. So
teams
chances
that generally don't defend are the teams that get eliminated early because someone gets hot and they just can't stop them.
Yeah. All right. Now let me ask you.
Calipari hasn't been very good in the tournament in the past couple of years. So that is a little bit of a concern for them as well.
Yeah, all right, but like I said, anytime you're playing a team with the other best player,
in terms of Long Island, they have a very good small forward. Yvonne's going to guard him. Greg Gordon is the best player on that team by far.
Duke's region is tougher. I would agree with that. I would much rather have this region. But Brogan, I'm going to challenge you a little bit here. Gonzaga has not been good without Huff.
No, they haven't been. You want to go
through
but
is he back or no?
Isn't he? No. Isn't he back?
I don't believe so.
I think he started practicing. Practicing.
Did he? That would be big. Michigan, want to do Midwest?
Yeah.
All right, let's do Midwest. What do we got?
Michigan's the 1 versus UMBC Howard winner.
Okay, that's the HBCU. Okay, I got you. What else we got?
The 8-9 in the East is Georgia. This is what I thought Arizona would get. I wonder if this is Iowa or St. Mary's.
Interesting.
St. Louis.
It's St. Louis. So Michigan will roll those teams. I think St. Louis sucks.
You loved St. Louis earlier in the season. You said you didn't want to play him. Yeah, you did. You said you didn't want to play him.
Fake news. Please stop lying. It's AI.
Sorry. All right.
See, now I'm going to compare all the 4 5s.
Tech is the 5.
Tech is the 5. So Arizona has a harder 5.
Yes.
And Wisconsin is better than Tech without Toppin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see the
Michigan
12.
Michigan will steamroll Tech.
This will be an interesting 12 too with the way Tech's been playing. Akron.
Akron.
I like Acorn.
Akron's good.
Akron,
that's going to be one of those where the spread's going to be like 3 or 4 points in that game.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's keep this going.
4 seed. I like how you tell me to keep going, even though like it's not
yep.
up yet.
Alabama.
Like I'm running the show. Alabama. So Alabama, I'd put Alabama right there with Arkansas and Wisconsin.
Alabama and Tech. That is a game that will have about 73 point attempts.
Oh, that's Fry Rice's. Yeah. Fry Rice could not be happier about that game. It's just going to be 3-point shots.
Right.
I actually think that Alabama and Arkansas.
That is upset potential too.
What?
Hofstra's good
Against Nebraska?
No, what do you
Alabama.
Oh, Alabama. Yeah.
Hofstra's good, like legitimately good.
Legitimately good.
Hofstra could beat Alabama. That'll be a smaller spread than people think too.
Who's the best basketball player to ever come out off of
their head coach, baby?
Well, I can't believe you actually knew that. Oh,
He's their head coach.
Yeah,
you didn't know that.
Craig,
you didn't know he was their head coach.
I know he's the coach. Do you know his
Miami of Ohio
in
versus
a
SMU.
play-in game. They put him in a play-in game,
and they're playing SMU. That's gonna
that's trash. They put him in a play-in game.
I have no problem putting him
SMU is going to beat them. I'm just putting that out there.
Dude,
I have no problem putting
him in a play. They put the whitest team against the blackest team in the whole region.
SMU?
SMU, yeah. One white guy. I don't think SMU has one white guy.
Their point guard is awesome. Boopy Miller is really good.
Miller is awesome.
But they
Virginia's the 3 for Michigan. Michigan got the layup, except for they're going to get Iowa State.
I'm going to pick Iowa State in that game.
This is a walk, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Who's beating them in this region?
Oh,
they got Tech, Alabama, Virginia is their 3, 4, 5, and then Iowa State is their 2.
Alabama's going to make 23s.
Santa Clara, Kentucky is going to be a good game.
That is a good game.
That's going to be Santa Clara, Kentucky is going to be good.
Look at future Providence head coach Herb Sendek.
Oh yeah, this is good. Okay, what else we got? Okay, so the 2 is Iowa State. Iowa State's a better 2 than Purdue. We agree, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. More dangerous in the tournament for sure.
I might pick Iowa State out of this region. We'll see.
I get it. I think Iowa State matches up well with Michigan, actually.
Yeah, they do. Yes, and ISU guards will give Michigan guards hell. I like that one. Okay, all right, fair enough. Okay, now what else we got?
Technically speaking, Miami of Ohio was the last team in the entire.
Let's talk about Miami of Ohio for a second. I give them. They should have been in the tournament. I have no problem putting them in. I would have absolutely put them in. But man, they literally didn't beat anybody all season. They played like 20 close games against. Miami of Ohio to me is a team where you need to look at them. And how many close games did they have against bum teams that they somehow won? They obviously lost in the conference tournament. I would definitely put them in, but this isn't like, what was the team? Oh yeah, it's not like a St. Joseph's team that had like Jameer Nelson and Delonte West, where you looked at them and you're like, oh, these guys are actually really good. There's nothing about Miami of Ohio that's impressive.
Yeah, agreed. Like I'm with you. They won 31 straight games. They deserve to be in the tournament, but they don't get any favors. Like you're in now. You're in. You want to go beat SMU? Great.
Yeah, let's see how it happens. Yes. Okay.
So Arizona opens as a 29.5 point favorite against Long Island.
Yeah. I mean, do you think Arkansas, Brogan, like they don't defend and they're 20th in tempo? Doesn't that kind of play right into Arizona's hands?
Yeah. Yes.
And they're big, but they're not bigger than Arizona. I think Acuff is a stud. I'm cool with Koa and Brazil. I'm cool with Krivas on Ewan. Billy Richmond isn't getting anything on. You put Yvonne on Malik Thomas.
Arkansas plays 7 guys, and they don't play defense. Acuff plays no defense, so
they don't have any backup bigs because they just moved Brazil to the center.
Right,
and Pringles sucks. Pringles not even playable.
No, they only play off the bench. They only play. Either. Yeah, they only play Wagner and I think Richmond off the bench. I think that's it.
Wagner was
that's the thing too.
The concern is Acuff goes for 40 and then someone else in their team combines for 30 of his own. So I mean their backcourt is good enough to win a game by themselves. I
get it, but at the same time you could say Arkansas's concern is Braden Burries goes for 25.
And he will because Acuff or Bradley will. Acuff doesn't guard. Didn't even try to guard. So
very interesting how the good freshman point guard
had a 25-point game all season.
Yeah, I don't know.
He has at least 2. He had 28 in one game and 29 rather recently.
Mike, you want to do reads because it's a commercial?
Yeah, let's do reads. All right, Andre Veras, $9.99 Super Step. Are we not talking about Wisconsin enough? We'll get to Wisconsin, Gladiator. Thank you, Gladiator. Okay, now let's get some reads in here. All right, 88 crime. Now, you see anything bad going on? You see somebody stealing somebody else's bracket, and you're like, man, hey, that's not right, but I don't want to get involved in that. Call 88 crime. Gene Simmons was literally at the watch party yesterday. This is true, Shearer. This is true.
Yeah, and then Shelby kicked him out.
Yeah, and Shelby kicked him out. But if you see Gene Simmons not being treated well and like it looks like he's being violated, call 88 crime. It's anonymous. Check it out. 882-7463.
Guys, I don't know the time. Everyone's texting me. I don't know the time. We'll know the times in like 2 hours.
All right, now Eris Dental, baby. All right, Land the freaking man with the master plan. We like Land the man. Owned by local Arizona alumni. Only offers necessary treatments. Daily urgent care Monday through Friday. Dental implants at affordable rates. Ask about the 1997 championship package. Get it on it now before it becomes 2026. And Alice Cooper was a good one. Yes. Check it out though. Land the freaking man with the master plan. Again, only offers necessary treatment. He's not going to rip your tongue out and put in your shirt and say, hey, you got a stain here. He's just going to give you necessary treatment. Check it out. Eris Dental, TucsonTeeth.com.
29 and a half.
All right. Now Foster Plumbing. Sheer, have you had them come in lately to check out the front pipe or anything going on at the house?
You know what? I don't have to have them because they came recently and it's flowing. It's been flowing ever since. I mean, it is strong. It is girthy. It is open for business.
Yeah. All right. That's what we like about it. And again, plumbing doesn't just stop from 8 to 5. It is an all-day thing. Sewer inspections, drain cleaning, water heaters, you name it, they got it. 10% off when you mention the AZ12 podcast. Call 520-603-3817. Danny Foster is the man. Check it out. Danny Foster, baby. Yeah. It's Foster's shirt. Pulled the ad. Okay. All right. Hey, all right. Copal, check it out. Mention Mike Luke for a free elote rib with any entree purchase. Mexican food delivered nationwide at mymexicanmenu.com. Use code AZ12 for 10% off. Again, book your next large party or corporate event with Copal. Large party packages available. We cater any event. 5340 East Broadway Boulevard, Suite 100 in the Williams Center. Check it out. Go get a free Mike Luke elote rib. Okay. Now,
the spreads are already out.
Okay.
Remember, we were talking about games that could possibly be be closer.
Right.
There's none.
Miami of Ohio is a 7.5 point underdog.
Yeah.
The 8-9 games are really good. Ohio State's favored over TCU, but it's a bucket. Wisconsin 12.5, Arkansas 15.5. Hawaii is going to lose by 100.
Yeah, welcome to the NIL era where the 4-13, 5-12 upsets no longer exist.
Tech is favored by 8.5. Bama 10.5. I'm trying to find just one here.
Here's a good one. Our friend Javier says that Lloyd is officially on the hot seat starting now. All right.
UCLA is favored by 6.5 over UCF. UConn 8.5. Kansas 12.5. Utah State is favored by 1.5 over Villanova. So that's
Utah State. Okay. I don't think Villanova doesn't bother me at all. I mean,
I'd rather face Villanova than Utah State.
All right. Well, either one of those you can't really. But yeah, I'm fine with either one of those. It's when you get into the second round where it gets a little more interesting, or third round where it gets more interesting. Also, somebody in there said, "Yeah, I'm scared about Purdue." I'm not. I think Purdue plays right into Arizona's hands. To be honest with you, I think that Arizona's bigger. They're more athletic, and they're more diverse. I don't worry about Purdue. Again,
I don't worry about Purdue. I think Arizona is a horrible matchup for Purdue. You want to do South? Sorry, they just started the South.
Yeah.
All right. South.
Florida versus Prairie View A&M, Lehigh, Clemson versus Iowa is the 8-9 game there.
Ew.
I think Arizona got the best 8-9 game.
Vandy as a 5 is not like that's a tough 5 for sure.
That's a tough 5.
Mm-hmm. What else we got? All right, real quick. Javier says Field of 68 actually agree. They said Lloyd needs to perform. Well, Jeff Goodman is going to.
No crap, he needs to perform.
But
that's an upset watch.
McNeese
Vanderbilt versus McNeese. That's an upset watch.
I like Vandy just because their guards are so good.
Yeah,
it'd be hard for them to trick a game.
So this 4 should be
Nebraska
ball.
Boom, boom. Florida versus Nebraska ball in the Sweet 16. The world stops at that point.
Hey, Nebraska could beat Vandy.
Yeah.
I think not a basketball, but they could like corn grooming.
Yeah.
Nebraska,
actual cornhole.
Yeah, actual corn.
Oh no, Mike! I think Nebraska might lose their first game.
Oh, no. Are they playing in HBCU?
It's Troy, and Troy's actually pretty good. Troy was my 13 seed. I wouldn't want to face.
Is it an HBCU?
No, Mike. It's not an HBCU.
All right.
North Carolina's the 6. I honestly think Troy could beat Nebraska. Brogan's laughing because he agrees.
I told you from the beginning.
The curse was going to continue.
Yeah, I told you from the beginning that I didn't think that Nebraska loses their first round game.
North Carolina, VCU. VCU sucks.
Yeah.
So this 3 should be
Illinois.
It's got to be Illinois, right?
It's got to be Illinois because the 2 is Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
is.
Illinois versus North Carolina is going to be a sexy matchup. In
Yeah.
South Carolina, Illinois has to face North Carolina and South Carolina.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, how far is Greenville to Chapel Hill? Let me see.
Well, the
Greenville,
problem,
I
though,
mean, South Carolina's not that big, so it's going to be a couple hours.
Greenville to Chapel Hill is only a 3-hour drive.
Yeah. Yeah. Who
Illinois
they-
having to face North Carolina and base Illinois having to face
the problem though is
USC in South Carolina.
the problem though is that North Carolina is just not the same thing. Just not the same.
I get it, Mike, but that's Illinois versus Penn.
Illinois is going to kick them.
Yeah, St. Mary's versus Texas A&M. That's a hot matchup. So Houston gets a walk. Houston will kill St. Mary's and A&M.
Yeah, that's a bad matchup. Yeah, definitely. What else we got?
Houston is the 2.
Yeah, Houston's a 2. It's done. Houston's a 2, and the 15 will be Idaho.
Utah.
Yeah, I memorized that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I memorized the bracket. What do you want?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so now 3 Big 12 teams in the Final Four. Yeah. 3 Big 12 teams in the Final Four. That interesting. All right, Cody James, can you pull this bracket up right now? Please.
Idaho's actually pretty good, but they're not beating Houston.
No.
Yeah, what are they? The Golden Potatoes?
Yeah, they're the Golden Vandal potatoes.
Yeah.
The Golden Potato Vandals.
Houston's second weekend in Houston. Back the A-Ray, yes. Let's see here. Houston versus Florida rematch for sure. Yeah, that is interesting.
In Houston.
In Houston.
You know what would be really funny? Brian Peterson just made a rare good point. Kylan Boswell started his career with an Ivy League team. What happens if Penn beats Illinois? He would end his career with an Ivy League team beating him. That'd be funny.
What do you mean an Ivy League team he started his career?
Princeton.
That he didn't start his career.
His tournament career.
Oh, I see. Oh, I was like, okay.
Yeah. Calm down, dude. You're so hyped up because Nebraska's in here.
Yeah, no, I'm hyped up because it's Monsoon automotive shirt. Yeah,
I got a reservation for 4 at an Italian place in San Diego already.
Brian Jeffries out to eat. We have to invite Rick Pitino this time with Brian Jeffries.
By the way, the coaching in that bracket: Bill Self, Rick Pitino, Tommy Lloyd. I don't know who else is in that bracket, but that's stupid.
Yeah, no, that's good. But Bill Self looks like Ellen now, so it doesn't.
Daniel Burke.
Oh, Daniel Burke, who hates me.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Torres posted this from Chris. So, and Torres is the biggest John Calipari backer there is. He says, Arkansas played on Sunday, has to fly cross country and play on Thursday. And if they advance to the next weekend, they have to fly back to the West Coast for the second weekend.
Whatever.
Yeah, they can do it. All right, so let's look. Yeah, Florida, Prairie View, A&M, Lehigh, they'll win that. Clemson, Iowa, boring. Vanderbilt and McNeese State. I like Vanderbilt just because of what Brogan said. They got guards. Nebraska, I'm fully prepared for them to lose to Troy.
They got the last 4 in. There's the first 4 out. Oklahoma, Auburn, San Diego State, and Indiana. Miami of Ohio was the last team in the entire tournament.
But no issues with those last 4 out.
No, I think it's great. I think they got it right.
Teams deserve it, right?
What is your argument for Oklahoma or Auburn?
Well, and the odd thing with Auburn that's so great too is with the nepotism involved is that wasn't that a preseason top 15 team when he just retired right before the season, so only his son could take over?
Yeah,
Mike,
they were definitely
Arizona
ranked. I don't remember what, but they were ranked.
Didn't Arizona play in the '96 tournament to open up? Do you remember?
South Alabama. It was South Alabama, College of Charleston, Kansas.
Do you remember how much they beat South Alabama by?
Yeah, I think it was like 52-41 or 51-42. They were actually down by like 10 with like 14 minutes left in the game. It was very
it was tight. Because
Brian Peterson said it's the largest spread since the '96 NCAA tournament. That couldn't have been Southern Alabama then. 95, 96?
95-96. That team lost to Kansas in the Sweet 16.
What was their opening, Matt? Do you remember?
That I don't know.
But Arizona could have been 26-point favorites against South Alabama.
Yeah, that does surprise me though. That does surprise me that if that's really the biggest spread since then. That does surprise me though. Yeah. That's interesting. Ask him what game he's referring to because I have a hard time.
It could have been the Valpo game. I bet it was the Valpo game because they beat Valpo 90-51.
That was the 95-96 team.
Yeah.
Okay,
that would be my guess.
Yeah, but no, but Arizona was also like a 5 seed that year.
They were a 3 seed.
The year they lost to Kansas in the Sweet 16.
They were the third team in the West. They played 14 Valpo in Tempe, and they won 90-51.
Interesting.
And then they beat Iowa in the next round by 4, and then they lost to Kansas. It has to be that game because they beat Valpo by 39 points.
Interesting.
Want me to ask what the spread was in the Valpo game?
Yeah, I guess I thought they were. Yeah, ask him what that was. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, well, whatever. Okay, yeah, nervous gas. All right, yeah, all right. Best betting advice I've ever gotten, homie. Don't give up 29 points. Bruce, Michelle Gardner, Luke, and Patino, an Italian foursome. Yeah, I can't.
Oh
really...
my God, I didn't even think about that.
93 was Santa Clara, Big 12 Bobby. That was the Chris Mills team. That lost. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So here's what I'm going to say about this. Sure, we all want to avoid teams and this and that. I'm going to say this though. Arizona, you have to get to at least the Elite Eight, and you should come out of that region. If you come out, and I'll just put it like this: we're all big Tommy fans on this show. This is for you, Javier. It's the one thing.
18.5, Mike.
What?
Arizona was favored over Valpo by 18.5.
Yeah, no, that wasn't. I didn't think that. I didn't think that was.
No, that's the largest spread that Arizona has been favored by in a tournament until now.
No,
no way. That's totally wrong. Arizona gets
Wright
State. What was Arizona and Wright State?
That wasn't that. Let me see.
That was a 1 seed against a 16. There's no way that's right. No chance. None.
What did you say? 18.5 sheer?
17. Arizona 17, was favored over Wright State by 17.
There's no way Arizona's never been a greater than they've never been a 20-point favorite until now.
In the tournament.
That doesn't sound right.
What was 1998?
Well, they've been 1 seeds plenty of times.
Yeah, well, 1998 was when they returned everybody, and they were
asking for the website.
Ask him. Find out what Arizona was.
We're debating online. Link me to that website you use.
Yeah, I would love to see that because I don't believe that. 0 chance that's true. All right. Yeah, I agree with you, Tim.
I bet you it's true.
Well, we'll see.
It might be in the opening game.
Yeah.
Spreads aren't that big in the tournament back in the old days before NIL. They weren't. It's the biggest spread for the Wildcats in a tournament game since at least 1996. Not opening any game.
Still doesn't. I still don't buy it, but we'll see. Still doesn't buy it. Okay, now
it's like fake news.
Yeah, I just don't believe that. Okay, now all right. So let's LIU's biggest player.
Go ahead.
What did you just say?
I was gonna say a quick search in Gemini shows Texas Southern 23.5, Wright State 21.5, Long Beach
Wright State was
17.
I just looked at it. Wright State was 17.5. I promise. Texas Southern.
Well, that might have been what it was at tip. Opening said 19.5, but check out Texas Southern
Arizona.
In 2015.
Yeah,
anyways, either way. So real quick, if you look at KenPom, which thankfully Kobe did during the break, Arizona would be about an 8-point favorite against Arkansas.
Back against Arkansas, yeah, you got
KenPom, which KenPom's pretty good, like as a direct correlation to the spread.
And at the end of the day,
that feels good.
And I'm still going to say this though, when it comes to if you don't beat Arkansas, then we just weren't that good.
I got you guys talk. Yeah. I got the website. I'm going to look at it right now.
All right.
When I was looking at some of their numbers, it's like, okay, yeah, they have the 6th best offense in the country, but they also have the 48th ranked defense. Like, for comparison, we just played the 6th and 4th best, no, the 5th and 4th best defenses in the country. So I think we'd be more than fine against their defense, obviously, but their concern is just that their offense is awesome. But as Skiers pointed out, they don't defend anyone. They just can't.
Interesting. All right.
The only problem I have with Arkansas is that
definitely wrong. By the way, it was 22 and it opened.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he's wrong.
Wright State. You're right. Yeah, I knew Peterson was full of crap. It is the spread opened at 21.5 against Wright State, and then went to move to 22 before tip.
Yeah, I'm asking him if he worded it wrong. I have all the odds right now.
I guarantee you. Yeah.
I'm telling you, you got it. I'm saying if you worded it wrong, they were 21.5 over Wright opening. I think it closed at 17.5. TCU was 10.
It closed at 22, but go ahead.
Princeton was 15.
Okay.
Long Beach State was 20. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm sure we could find a lot, but that didn't make any sense to me at all.
No. I'm saying what he meant.
Right. Now, Mr. Tyler Warden says, take care of A-Cuff and you beat Arkansas handily. That's the thing. And like Brogan said, A-Cuff doesn't even try defensively right now. That's going to be an interesting thing to see. But offensively, he's the best player in the country. I don't care what anybody said. He's the best player in the country. That's the one guy that you're going to have to.
Oh, I see what he's saying. I misworded it. It's the biggest spread since 96. So 29.5 is the biggest since 96.
Oh, okay.
They've got the biggest spread in the whole first round. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, yeah, because that made no sense. All right. But yeah, Yvonne versus A-Cuff has me moist. That's a tough matchup for Yvonne. That's
Yvonne's not guarding A-Cuff.
Yvonne is not guarding A-Cuff.
It would be Bradley.
Yeah, but Bradley's gonna, Bradley's
But if you look at Arkansas played Florida, Florida's a big team, similar size to Arizona, and Florida beat them by 620. So
right.
I don't know that Arkansas's like their guards are small. I don't know that they're going to be able to like really do anything against Arizona's size. So the more I look into the Arkansas matchup, yeah, A-Cuff is awesome, and yeah, he could score 40, but I just don't think they have enough juice as a team to compete with Arizona.
Arkansas will be favored over Wisconsin. The issue I have is very similar. It's pretty much what Brogan just said. DJ Wagner is not guarding Braden Burries. And Malik Thomas, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But he's not really guarding him either. Like, it's.
Why did you say, Brogan, why'd you say that they have small guards? They go 6'3", 6'6", and 6'5".
A-Cuff is 6'3", but he plays below the rim. He's not like an athletic. He's athletic, fast, quick, shifty, all that.
Right.
But it's not like he's going to be going in the paint and rising up over Krivas and Owaka and Coe and all that.
Here's my question.
I'm not worried about them against big teams.
I like Arkansas. Don't get me wrong. But this is the same A-Cuff and Arkansas team that lost by 40, literally, to Florida a week ago. Mm-hmm. It's the same team that lost to Alabama. It's the same team that lost to a bad Kentucky team. Auburn beat them by 22 points.
It's the same team that
Georgia beat them by 14.
Houston, of all teams, dropped 95 points on them, and they only scored 10 points in the last 7 minutes of the game.
Yeah, when you look at their losses, 94 against Houston, 95 against Auburn, 90 against Georgia, 85 against Kentucky, 117 in double overtime, 111 in regulation against Florida.
They let Georgia beat the 90-76. I mean, giving up 90 to Georgia stuff.
They beat Ole Miss by 3 the other day. Ole Miss scored 90 points. Like, they don't defend. They haven't defended all year.
I'm looking. What is their best win of the season? I'm looking.
Their best win of the season is Louisville and Tennessee. And they beat
Tech's their best win of the season. Because
Tech what?
Texas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but they beat Vanderbilt twice.
Yeah.
Okay. But all right, that's fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, you got 8 losses. But again, I'm just going to say this. You've got to be able to win these games. I mean, you should be able to come out of this region. If you don't beat Arkansas, then we have bigger problems than we thought.
They're 48th in KenPom in defense. To put that into perspective,
right?
They would be the teams in the Big 12 with better defenses are Arizona, Houston, Iowa State, Texas Tech, Kansas, and TCU. So they would have the 7th best defense. No, sorry. Let me keep going. Cincinnati, West Virginia. Arkansas is the 9th best defensive team in the Big 12.
Yeah. What would they be offensively?
Offensively on KenPom, Arkansas is 6th. So they would be 2nd behind Arizona.
Hey, Scott, there you go. I know you complain the whole show. I just took the water bottle down for you. Thank you. Because we're professionals on this show. Okay. All right. So, yeah, like I said, all right. So let's get into that 8-9. Let's get into that 8-9 game there a little bit then. All right. So you would have Villanova and Utah State. Villanova is, it's kind of a joke, but it's kind of right. At the same time, Duke Brennan has been a monster this year. That's their guy. Duke's basically like 13-11, 13-12, but Arizona should smack either one of those teams. I don't know how else to put it, but Arizona should smack both of those teams. What would the line be in that game? Can you look that up?
Yeah, one sec.
You said for Villanova? Is that what you want?
Yeah, what would the line be against Villanova and Utah State?
give me one moment to kind of do some of the math.
Well, I can tell you that on KenPom, Utah State is 30th and Villanova is 33. I don't know what the spread would be, but to put that into comparison, I'm trying to find a team that Arizona's recently faced around there, and I can't.
Yeah, and while you're looking, Utah State's heaviest player that plays weighs 220 pounds.
Yeah, that's
Utah 218.
Utah State has two good players.
Right.
Two good players. They've got the
and they're
I
small.
think they would be about 13.5-point favorites over Utah State. And
their
so
two best
Villanova,
players are their shooting guard and their
14.5.
small forward.
Hold on. Let Kobe, what do you got?
Sorry.
I believe that Arizona would be about 13.5-point favorites over Utah State and probably about 14.5 or 14 over Villanova.
Okay. All right. I got you.
Here's the issue. Like, Utah State has two good players. One of them is a shooting guard, and one of them is their wing. So you put Yvonne on their wing, Mason false left, who's good. He's a legitimately good player. You put Yvonne on him. Their front court sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's their worst two positions. Zach Keller, who used to be at Utah, who's slow, doesn't shoot, can't move. And then Alon Alamin, who shoots threes but can't make them. And he's 6'9", 180 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And just for the record, their good wing is a 6'3" white guy. Just for the record.
Yeah. And then you take a look at their wins.
Against him.
Their best win of the year is VCU.
Yeah. Whatever.
Literally.
I'm not worried about the first two. Yeah. I'm not worried about the first two rounds. You should absolutely cakewalk those. So let's talk about then. Wisconsin here a little bit as well. Wisconsin's weird to me. Wisconsin's got awesome wins this season. They've got a lot of really, really good wins. They also have some really odd losses as well. But this also, everybody's scared of Wisconsin. This isn't Wisconsin from 10 years ago. This is another team. If you don't beat Wisconsin, then you're not that good. That's just what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I get it. I agree.
Yeah. And this is absolutely, again, like I said, you look at this bracket right here. Arizona's got to come out of this bracket. Don't know how else to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say I'm more concerned about Wisconsin than Arkansas, just simply for the fact that, one, I know Arkansas doesn't play defense, and two, for whatever reason, Wisconsin can play Michigan tough. Michigan's constructed like Arizona, right? They win with size and inside first. Their guards are worse, obviously. But the fact that Wisconsin, for whatever reason, matches up well enough to play Michigan tight gives me more concern than Arkansas does on the top half of the bracket.
Yeah, that's
my concern with I'd rather play Arkansas than Wisconsin, and here's why. In March, how many teams? I mean, crap, we saw it with Arizona, Wisconsin, right? These teams get hot, and Wisconsin's best players are their guards by far, and they've got good guards. Boyd and Blackwell are awesome, right? To me, it's like this team is. They shoot the 6th most threes in the nation.
Is there any chance High Point can beat them?
No. I don't really see it. Because
Kobe
High Point
you disagree. You disagree, Kobe L. Talk to me.
High Point has a really good offense, and I'm not sure if Wisconsin has the athleticism to slow it down. That's just my opinion. High Point has a really awesome offense if you haven't watched them play before.
Yeah.
Their defense is terrible, though.
Yeah, but Wisconsin's also unathletic, so I'm not. It's going to be a high-scoring game.
Well, Kobe's trying. I got this, Kobe. Let me.
What's the line in that game?
When it's white on white,
Kobe's
going with the less white team.
Okay.
So
11.5, by the way.
Okay. Yeah, I just don't see it. If High Point was better defensively, I would see it. But that's a game where Wisconsin's going to make like 18 threes in that game.
And you watch
if you just look at Wisconsin, they lost to Michigan by 3 in the tournament, but they beat Illinois. Then if you could look at the regular season, they beat Michigan State. They've got one
Illinois
of the weirdest
resumes.
They beat Michigan. They beat UCLA.
They've a lot of losses, though.
For sure. They lost to TCU. They lost to BYU. They've lost games. They lost to Purdue. They lost to USC.
They've lost to some bad teams.
Yeah, I've got some spreads for you here.
They beat top-end teams. That's what's scary about them.
Well, I know that's what's weird is that they beat top-end teams and they've lost to bad teams too. It's a strange team.
Nebraska's favored by 13.5.
They lost to Villanova by 11, by the way. Wisconsin, for what it's worth.
Yeah, which is a bad loss.
Yeah. Sheer, what were you saying?
Nebraska's favored by 13.5 over Troy.
Got.
North Carolina is only favored by 2.5 over VCU.
Mm-hmm.
Illinois is favored by 1 million. Houston's favored by 1 million. St. Mary's is favored over A&M. Georgia over St. Louis. There's no like close. Vanderbilt's favored by 10.5 over McNeese.
Like St. John's is the one that has the narrowest line given the seed gap in a weird way.
What's the line in the St. John's game?
9.5.
Utah State already moved to 2.5. Since we started the show, they've already moved a point.
Yeah, that and Tech at 8.5 are the two narrowest spreads that aren't like 7, 10, 8, 9 matchups.
Interesting.
I think Utah State and Villanova has also the potential. Like you got this really close emotional game while Arizona's up 100, right? Like I actually think Utah State Villanova is a really good game.
Yeah,
that is a good game, and those are two teams that I think Arizona should smack. So,
do you think Arizona gets the late game? Because technically Utah State's West Coast too. St. John's and it's got to be the late game, right?
Why?
St. John's and Kansas.
I would
they're not going to
assume.
put those on late. They would put those on early because it's a 3-hour time difference.
For the
right,
and align to the fan bases, right?
Arizona's probably going to.
I would assume Arizona is the late.
it'll be like the Friday 7:30 or 8 o'clock game, our time probably.
That'd be my guess.
Right. I feel like Twin Mama says, I feel like it's going to be so late. Yeah, better not be one of those 8:40 tip-offs.
Can we let's reframe our thought process in terms of thinking of the matchups? Because in terms of Arkansas, are we the worst matchup for them out of all the ones?
Michigan.
Like if you were an Arkansas fans, if you were an Arkansas fan, what one would you have wanted to play?
Oh, I don't like Florida at all.
Michigan, and Arizona are all terrible matchups for Arkansas.
Guys, I think we're kind of like Arkansas's 15th on KenPom. They're where they're supposed to be. Like they're a 4 seed.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
But he asked. He said, which is the 1 seed that's the worst
No,
matchup?
I'm not talking to Kobe specifically. I'm like, people are like, oh, I don't want to face Arkansas. They are what they are.
That's kind of why I was asking that question, because people are freaking out, and I'm kind of just like, well, Arkansas also has to play Arizona, so it's kind of like they could be sitting here like, crap, that's the team we didn't want to see. So
yeah,
they've lost to every single team with size they faced all year. Everyone. Yep. They lost to Michigan State. They lost to Duke. They lost to Houston. They lost to Auburn. They lost to Georgia. They lost to Kentucky. Every team with size they've lost.
Dennis Walsh put it. Oh, by the way, is Bruce Pearl pissed?
He made some. I didn't hear it because it's on mute, but he supposedly, according to Twitter, he made some kind of snide remark.
Yeah, he's a
I gotta go here in like 10 minutes because we.
All right, let's get our picks in, and we reserve our rights to be able to pick them. But again, all right, we're not going to go game by game. We'll do that tomorrow. But I'm going to say this. All right, so in Arizona's region.
Oh, Clark just they're picking national title. Clark just picked Purdue to win the title.
Ha!
Who did?
Clark Kellogg just picked Purdue to win the national title.
Least surprising pick ever from him.
Yeah, I know.
And he's Big Ten guy, so yeah. All right. Yeah. Can you? Yeah. And by the way, Jay Wright's way better than Bruce Pearl. I'm sorry. I know you like Bruce Pearl.
Does anyone think Bruce Pearl's better than Jay Wright?
Well, obviously the people that put him up there do.
Oh, does anybody with a brain think that Bruce Pearl's better than Jay Wright?
No. I don't. By
the way, everyone else except for Clark has Arizona in their Final Four.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, he is a.
Bruce now is treating St. John's like you treat St. John's.
Oh, is he? Is he redlining? I love it.
Yeah. They both just picked. Bruce just picked Arizona. I think Seth picked Arizona as well.
Bruce Pearl or Bruce Pascoe?
Well, Bruce Pascoe doesn't pick. He's a professional.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's go through the regions here. Shear's only got a couple minutes. All right, let's get down. How many regions do we got left, Cody? And then we're gonna get our picks. Picks. What do we got? Oh, I know one coming on. All right, RJ's Frozen Cactus. Red Hot beer, Red Hot Sports and ice cold beer, baby. All right, huge parking lot. You can park a jet in. I was able to hang out with the great Dennis Walsh, and he admitted that he was wrong. You can back a jet up. Girl, you look good. You better back the jet up. Yeah. 100 craft beers plus $2 deals. No bad seats in the house. Check it out. RJ's Frozen Cactus. Very good food and very, very good things to drink as well. Jennifer, nice try. I will not fall for you. Nice try. Hey, by the way, is this Kobe's burner? Arizona finna get burnt bacon blood. Is that you, Kobe?
Want to know something crazy? They just released the seed list. Arkansas was the last 4.
Were they?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Now, Comfort X HVAC.
And Wisconsin was the last 5.
Kobe. All right. Now, you've been on a couple dates now. Have you brought her back to your house?
No.
Okay. Is that because of the AC?
Exactly why.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. We everybody, don't be like Kobe. If you're going out on a date, you want to be able to bring somebody back with you. But if you don't have air conditioning, it's going to be a sweaty situation. Check it out. Comfort X HVAC, Tucson's local HVAC team, trusted by homeowners, businesses, and builders. Call 520-222-7012 or book online at comfortxhvac.com. Service and maintenance, emergency repairs, all of that. Check it out. Kobe's doing work though, man. All right, game time. All right, here we go. Something happened. Oh, gosh, that was good. Yes, that was very good. Hey, all right, Kobe, the lady that you were also asking about, though, is Kobe 6 feet because that lady looked very nice, by the way. Chelsea was at the watch party and on the prowl. Yeah. All right, 50-plus locally sourced landscaping materials. Tell her Kobe's 6'1". That's all we care about. Now, east of Benson, Sierra Vista, west of Marana, south to Nogales, north to Oracle. Yes, serving residents and contractors. 50-plus locally sourced landscaping materials. Okay, thank you. I feel better now. Okay, all right. We're just going to pick who we think's coming out of these regions. All right, let's go with Duke's region first. I am not picking Duke out of this region.
Okay.
I'm picking UConn out of this region.
Good.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm guessing you guys are all picking Duke.
I can't believe you turned your back on Rick Pitino.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I'm picking Duke. I think this is. I think it's a difficult bracket, but then I start looking, and I think Duke's the favorite.
Yeah, I got Duke.
All right, Kobe L.
I concur with that. I don't think UConn's as good as we think they are, personally.
All right. Dan Thomas says, you're scaring my dogs. Tell your dogs to get tougher. Okay. Now, let's see here. I'm picking Houston out of this bracket. I'm going twos again. I think it's going to be Houston, Florida, and I like Houston in that game. Am I wrong? Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong.
I like Houston because I think Houston will put Florida's guards in hell, because I don't like Florida's guards at all. And then Tugler will guard Condon or Half and whatever it is. I like Houston in that bracket.
Yeah, I got Houston. Easy. I think Houston's the easy pick besides Arizona.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that as well, just because they were really smart to take their name out of the hosting for that site, making them eligible for the South. Getting to play in Houston's huge for them, too.
Oh, by the way, Big 12 Bobby, Dickie V's front pipe was rock solid after seeing this, seeing the East. See, I disagree with you. I think that's a tougher bracket than Arizona's got. All right, Arizona. I like Arizona out of this. I don't really, and honestly, I don't really see a case for another team. I mean, I just tried to hype up Arkansas, and I still think Arizona's going to beat Arkansas by 15 points.
I'll go one step further, and Cody made a rare good point, and I didn't realize what he was saying. I don't,
because it was a good point.
Yeah, I don't think Missouri is good, but do you guys realize that if Purdue wins and Missouri wins, it's facing Missouri and St. Louis?
Yeah, I don't honestly. I watched Purdue actually like 4 times this year, which is 4 more times than I actually should. Arizona's a terrible matchup for Purdue. And honestly, I don't even see Purdue getting that far. So especially like Brogan, if Huff plays, I like Gonzaga, honestly.
If Huff plays, I think
he's out the first 2 games, and then they're going to wait and see for the Sweet 16 game.
Interesting. Okay. All right. I like Arizona, though. Kobe L., you said you like Kennesaw State. Why?
That's not exactly what was said, but if
Kennesaw State is guaranteed to win, said Kobe.
Yes.
if whoever wins that Sweet 16 matchup is going to probably win the region. So that's my opinion. But I'm taking Arizona. I feel like they should handle Arkansas or Wisconsin, and the winner of that game is going to win the region.
Real quick, Mike, you don't know it, but you like Kennesaw as well because they have that guy named Frank Kwan, where it's Frank and then
Frank Kwan. Frank Kwan.
It's Frank and then Kwan. So you are a big fan of Kennesaw as well.
This is great. Pigpen1 says, y'all are underestimating A-Cup. I literally just said that he's the best offensive player in the country.
What does that even mean? All four of us just said he's
like, what are you we said that he'd be the best player in the court, but we also said Arkansas as a team chooses to not play defense.
Can't score 100 points.
And Pigpen, I'll go even a little bit further. I'm going to say I will. Hey, John Calipari always has 5 stars, so that doesn't really mean anything to me. He has one national title.
It's Arkansas's defense is the question because they actively choose to not play defense.
Right. All right. I'm going, hey, you know what? I just realized this. I'm going all 2 seeds here. I got Iowa State out of the Michigan region, baby. I'm going Golden Cyclones. I think it's going to, dude, can you imagine 3 Big 12 teams in the Final Four? Back the A, baby. Back the 12. Back.
Did Mike just change his pick to Purdue? I think he did.
No, I didn't. Because
you're taking all 2 seeds.
No, I said besides Arizona, I'm picking 3, all 3 seeds. So, or all 3 seeds, 2 seeds. Oh, I'm all excited now. So if you got Iowa State, hey, watch your mouth, young man. You got Iowa State, you got Houston, you've got Arizona, and UConn. Boom.
Yeah, I got the same, except for not UConn, obviously. But I thought Iowa State in this bracket.
I want to go different. I'm going Alabama in this bracket.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
You got Alabama in this bracket?
Yep.
So hold on. So you just said a team that doesn't play defense, you're now picking to come out of that bracket, that region.
Yeah, because who else has offense in that bracket? Iowa State has trouble scoring. Kentucky sucks. Virginia's whatever to me. Michigan's guards suck. Alabama has much better guards than Michigan. Yeah, I'm picking Alabama.
If Bama gets past Michigan, they got a good shot for sure.
Let's see here. I mean, because the one thing they do have going for them is that they're definitely going to make the Sweet 16. They're probably the only 4 seed that you can look at and say you will definitely make the Sweet 16, just because Texas Tech is compromised right now. Mm-hmm. They're going into a debate and they don't know where they are. You've got that was funny. Then you've you look at these other ones, Texas Tech. It is what it is. I'm still going Iowa State though. I like Iowa State. Jason is hedging.
Jason is going with an upset. You guys are all bored. 1-1-1-2.
No. I picked 3 2s and 1-1. Nice try, dummy.
So am I the only person taking Michigan in this bracket then? Am I the only one?
Yes. You're the only smart one.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that just because I feel like Michigan's front court is going to cause a lot of problems for Alabama. Alabama's front court and Iowa State's front court.
Hal J just says, does Nebraska win a game?
Yeah. What's that Kentucky spread? That's got to be close.
Couple points, 2.5 Kentucky.
I think Santa Clara could absolutely win that game.
Listen to what Land the Man. Listen to what Land the Man just texted me, and I don't think that Land, don't beat me up if I'm not supposed to tweet or text it. Or
you can't text stuff that you don't want Mike to read.
I do believe that Land is okay with this though, and if he's not, I'm going to have him talk with Brother Brogan. Okay, so SDSU being a small venue has created a ticket crunch. I've always received 4 lower bowl tickets, and my ticket rank is 156 out of 131,000. School only got 400. So I guess what he's saying is that there's not going to be a ton of Arizona fans there because there just isn't a ton of there's not a ton of tickets. That's what he's saying.
Everybody gets the same amount of tickets. Every school.
Well,
I'm just saying every school gets the same exact allotment.
Right. You just can't buy them through Arizona. Right.
Yeah.
Take it up with the Land the Man then. He's smarter than you. Sure. Sorry.
I know we were talking about Iowa State. My concern for them is who are some of their players going to guard against Michigan? Who is Milan going to guard Yaxel?
Well, the thing with Yaxel though is that Yaxel hangs out on the perimeter most of the time. So like, and
Mara's going to eat Buchanan alive.
Like it's easy to guard Yaxel. The dude's one of the best players in the country.
Yaxel's probably one of the 2 or 3 best players alive, and he probably is going to have about 30 pounds on Milan.
I just like how nonchalant you are, Mike. Like, he just sits at the perimeter.
Yaxel
I
averaged
was like,
Yaxel averaged 15 and 6 this year. Let's slow down a little bit.
Come on. The guy's really good.
He is really
I
good.
was
I'm
like,
just saying, but he averaged
Navarro's going
15
to
and
eat
6.
Buchanan alive, in my opinion.
Milan
And then
can't
Mirage
guard
Johnson's
Yvonne.
a great defender.
Milan can't guard Yvonne. How's he going to guard Yaxel?
And Yvonne couldn't guard Milan. So how is Yaxel going to guard him?
Yaxel's taller.
Oh,
Yvonne guarded Milan in the first matchup.
what's that?
Michigan would be favored by like probably 4 points over Iowa State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right,
Which
I'm still
means
going
Iowa
Iowa.
State can definitely win.
I'm still going Iowa State though.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, all right. So now let's pick our national championship game. I got Arizona against Houston.
Is that possible? What's the bracket?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I got to look at the bracket real quick.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Yeah, it'd be possible.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I got Arizona against Houston. Boom.
That'd be such a boring championship, though.
No, it wouldn't be awesome.
I don't want a Big 12. I don't want a Big 12 team in the championship with Arizona.
I want an all Big 12. Why? Because the conference is awesome. Why would you want
The
somebody
conference
else?
is awesome, but I want to see Arizona play
Almost
someone
Cody.
else.
Why do you want to see the third game of something?
Cody is always eating, and he's always going like this.
Now he's definitely eating. He's definitely eating now.
I'm not eating.
Are you chew? Is that what it is?
I've never
No,
seen.
I'm not doing anything. I'm literally sitting here
I think
talking
you
to you.
chew. You
Yeah.
can chew. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
All right.
I've got Arizona versus Duke.
I got Arizona Duke. Same.
All right. Kobe L.
I think
Don't
I
follow
concur
the
with Mike.
crowd.
I think I concur with Mike. I think it is going to be Arizona Houston just based on how I picked the regions earlier and how they line up. I think Houston's going to be able to drag Duke into deep waters with just because they are not used to that physicality. They haven't played anyone in 3 months.
Yep, that's what I'm going with as well. And I'm back in the A. I think that Arizona is going to win. I'm very, very excited about this.
All right, we got to wrap it. I got to go. Brogan's got to go.
Right.
Tomorrow at noon.
Tomorrow at noon. We will be on here tomorrow at noon. If you guys want to hop on, Brogan, or I was going to say, do you got parent or you got work and parent responsibilities or no?
Not tomorrow, but I'm on spring break Tuesday to Friday, so we'll figure a day or two out this week.
So you're not on parent or work tomorrow. So why can't you come
I
on?
might have to. No, I have to work tomorrow, but then I'm off Tuesday to Friday.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Spring break. Yeah.
Kobe L, are you going to be building bombs tomorrow or no?
Tomorrow, yeah, I'd be at work at 6 in the morning.
Yeah. All right. Well, it'll just be me and Sheer and Cody.
So I have created an AZ12 CBS Sports bracket. We will put that on our Twitter page.
Great.
We also have a Yahoo bracket from TJ that we will send some information about. It is a charity to help them, their little league team.
Oh yeah. We're going to start with TJ's the man. We'll start doing that though. So, all right. Also, everybody go to everybody go to Little Caesars. Code LCFREECC free crazy combo with a pizza purchase or code save 15% off. We need real times. Okay. That's where we're at, and we will be back with you tomorrow at noon. Again, everybody, very much appreciate it. You guys are fantastic. All right, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Tit, Trust and Tommy.